my claim that you said you in this land. You said that.
Right, right. So,
Right.
right. So I want to see
So
from the Bible how you're
the
gonna
prop
cut me.
here's the problem, brother. Let me get my apocrypha, and I'm a cut you from the leader to the tutor. Here we go, right here. Let's go to second Esdras, brother. Now,
Okay.
what the problem that we have here, including myself, had this problem. It's called reading and comprehension, right?
Right,
So let's go to second Esdras chapter 13 real quick,
right.
right?
By the
Now,
way, I killed this scripture in my debate.
mhm,
Killed it
What? Against who?
against Jim and Yara.
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
So we go to second Esdras. Now, don't you know during the Syrian captivity, right? The king Xerxes, right? The Israelites went back and forth. He had 120 provinces, right? From Egypt all the way up to India, right? And I'm not going to give you the scripture. I'll say that for a debate where Israelites was all through that land after the Assyrian captivity, right? So now search that out. Do your research. I don't get this away for nothing. Now check this out. Now go to second. Well, I'm sorry. Second Esdras, right? Chapter 13. I don't have my glasses, so I got to bear with me.
You want to start off at verse 40?
Yeah, because I can't hardly see it, brother. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, it's all good. So this is the second book of Esdras, chapter 13, starting off at verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of OC the king, whom Salamander the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
What? It says he carried them over the waters. How did he carry them over the waters?
According to when we was taken from Samaria.
No, I ain't say when. See, this is what I say about reading and comprehension,
Yeah.
right? How, right? How. That's a verb.
How did they take us from that land that we was dwelling in, the
Oh, when it
northern
says
kingdom?
them over the waters, comma.
It means exactly what it says. It means that when we was held prisoners from the land mass that we was at, right?
Mm-hmm.
We was taken over the water to Assyria.
And how did they get over? How did they get over the waters? That's what I'm asking you.
By a boat, brother.
Did it say that?
Is somebody gonna fly over water? Or are they gonna walk? Are they gonna
do you
walk upon? Are they gonna walk upon water like Christ did?
No. See, you being facetious. Do you fly over a pool or you walk through it? You walk over. Can you walk through a creek? Right.
Right.
Now let's keep on. Now let's keep on reading.
All right. Verse 41. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. So
now stop. Oh, don't no. Let's slow down.
Go ahead.
Let's slow down. Right. They went over the waters. Right. And so came they into another land. Right. But they took counsel amongst themselves. Right. In a multitude. Wait a minute. They went, and forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. Right? Now, here go the sticky part, brother. Here go the sticky part for you. Right? When they went over the waters, no boat is mentioned. That's one. Right? And they went to another country where no man dwelt. Right? Now, you just saying by what somebody told you that was America. Right? That could be why they can't be Alaska. Why they can't be the North Pole, the South Pole. You just take it upon yourself and saying America. But when you keep reading, you're going to see exactly what happened. Keep on reading.
All right. So the next verse, it says country where never mankind dwelt, right? And then the next verse says that they might dare, right? When they get to that country, they might dare keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Mm-hmm.
Read on.
Yeah, keep on.
All right. It says, and they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. right?
Now, what's the narrow passages of the river? What verse you on again?
I'm on verse 43.
Okay, the narrow passage of the river. What would you consider a narrow passage of a river?
I got you. So when you look at the Euphrates River today, right? You see these how you say you see these narrow passages that take you out to the take you further into the bigger ocean. I don't know how to really like describe it, but if you just Google, right, actual Euphrates River, I mean, if anybody want to Google it really quick, then that can answer your question.
You gave your definition. You said the narrow passages takes to a further to the ocean, but
Right.
that's not what a narrow. It's going to tell you what a narrow passage is. But keep on reading.
All right. It says, "For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood," right? Till they were passed over.
Go ahead.
It says, for though that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
Now hold on, brother. Remember, if they already went to that country. It was a great way to go in that country. A year and a half traveling in that country, not on the water. In that country, right? And the Most High held the flood through the narrow passage, right? Right? He held the flood through the narrow passage, right? And I'm gonna show. It's gonna show you what a narrow passage is. Keep reading.
If the scripture is saying that he's holding the flood, right? He's keeping the flood calm for them to pass and have a good sailing.
Wait a minute, brother. Hold on. You adding the word calm is not mentioned here. It said held the flood. The ocean can't flood. The sea can't flood. Right.
What does?
Hold on. Before we go there, I want you to keep reading. So you about to get the answer. Keep on reading.
All right. It says, "For though that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called."
Stop. It says same what?
Same region.
In that country, in the same region. Okay. Now it's about to tell you what the narrow passages was. And he held the flood through the narrow passage. He's going to tell you what the narrow passages was. Read.
It's called esdras.
Keep reading.
Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come,
Go ahead.
The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again.
Stop.
They may
stop. He said again, right? The streams and what? Springs again. What's that, brother? What's a stream and a spring?
A stream is talking about the waters.
What? Right. That's a narrow passage, right? That's a narrow passage. He shall hold it again, right? You don't need a boat or a ship in the same region to cross over a narrow passage stream. You ever seen people whitewater raft? Right? And the water gets up real high. I done a video. The video is 35 minutes, where they started at the top of Euphrates, went all the way down on a canoe through the springs and streams. Right? A live video. But hold on. This the part that's going to bust your seal. It says, the highest shall stay the springs of the streams again. Keyword again. And when you read verse 18, you'll know what it's talking about. But finish that up, and then we're going to jump to verse 18. Verse 48, and then verse 18. Read it. Finish reading.
All right. It says that they may go through. Therefore, solveth thou the multitude with the peace.
Go ahead.
The next verse. But those that be left behind of thy people are they that are found within my borders.
Within the borders. What's the borders? Some was left behind.
Jerusalem.
So was any Hispanics left behind, brother? Now let's jump to verse 17 on the same in verse 13.
You said 17?
Yep. What did it say?
17 says, for they that were not left were in heaviness.
Mm-hmm.
Next verse.
if you keep on reading, and it's going to talk about the latter days, right?
Right.
Don't you understand? When Christ came, brother, he talked to all 12 tribes. Do you know that the apostles, right? Was any of the apostles of the northern kingdom?
No.
Brother, are you serious? Brother, are you you see, that's what I'm talking about, man. No disrespect. You got to study, brother. A lot of the apostles of the northern kingdom, brother. So when he told James, speak to the 12 tribes scattered abroad.
Right.
So did he come to America when no man dwelt?
Who?
No, he did not.
James.
Who? James?
Yeah.
Well, it specifically tells you that we was scattered abroad.
But no, y'all said the northern kingdom came over here.
Right.
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 Right. But they already knew that we was scattered abroad. There's even another passage, I believe it's in the book of John, chapter 20, which actually says that.
But
hold on, let me read it.
Before you read it, I'm gonna jump off before you read it. This what the problem is, right? This is why I remember when I was coming up in school, and I was like, damn, how did this guy make it to the 10th grade? And he's on a 5th grade reading level. That's because what happens is they just skip people through, right? They skip people through and won't stick to the topic. They won't. What you're doing, right? You about to go to another scripture and don't want to deal with 2nd Esdras 13 chapter we just read. Screens and springs, right? You don't want to deal with it. You want to move forward. You want somebody to get. That's the problem, bro.
It's gonna be in the same. I got you, Elder, but it's gonna be in the same bracket. I promise you, right?
But there's no boats. You haven't. Where's the ships? The narrow passages, springs, and streams. That's the flood. He held it back. The Most High so you telling me the Most High held back the flood in the ocean? What would you have to hold back? If I got a ship, what I need you to hold back the flood for? I'm gonna be on top of the damn water.
That makes no sense, Giovanni.
Hey, Giovanni, you hear me?
All right, so Elder, right? Did the so-called Indians, right? That some of them was they found with Assyrian artifacts.